All right, before I go to the phones, let me debunk once again, but even more systematically, the idea that those who say they are Jews today, in particular Ashkenazi Jews, who'd have more of a European, Eastern European descent, as opposed to Middle Eastern Jews like the Yemenite Jews or Sephardic Jews from Northern Africa and Spain. Those that identify as Ashkenazi Jews, that would be me, that would be the Jews that were slaughtered in the Holocaust. My wife Nancy, 99% Ashkenazi. I think I was 90% Ashkenazi, 10% Sephardic. So the myth is that, about 1,1200 years ago, the Khazar kingdom converted en masse to Judaism. And those who claim to be Jews today are actually just descendants of the Khazars with no connection to Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the people of Israel, no real biological, historic, genetic connection. That is a complete myth. I don't care how many people talk about it, write about it, it is a complete myth. There's a really helpful article that was posted on the forward.com, September 25th, 2017, by Alexander Bider. Ashkenazi Jews are not Khazars. Here's the proof. And it systematically demolishes, through excellent scholarship, summarizing what many other scholars have said, it absolutely demolishes this notion. Number one, there was not a large Jewish presence in the Khazar kingdom, which we know archaeologically, people leave traces behind. There is some evidence, or at least good speculation, that some of the leadership of the Khazar kingdom converted to Judaism. But there was not a widespread Jewish presence there, number one. Number two, there was not widespread conversion that is documented. Number three, the Khazars were subsequently wiped out. Okay, you're talking over 1,000 years ago. So that demolishes it on that level. In terms of historical trails and travels, it does not support the Khazar thesis. As far as Ashkenazi Jews, we do not trace back in our geographical history to that region of the world, in Asia where it was. We do not trace back to that region. That is, we go from the Middle East and then ultimately through Europe. So there was not an Ashkenazi presence. So historically in our travels, it does not work. The history of the Khazar kingdom and what happened to them subsequently does not work. Archaeologically, there is not evidence to support this. Linguistically, the patterns of the Yiddish language that became the traditional language of the Jewish people in Europe do not have any mixing with this, which would be more of a Turkish, Middle Eastern, Asian mix. And I'm being very broad here in the way I'm presenting it. It does not work linguistically, and genetically, it does not work. And Ashkenazis, from what we can tell, go back to the Middle East, go back to the people of Israel, and then in Europe at a certain point in time with numbers fairly low, there was then more intermarriage, more conversion into Judaism from the surrounding peoples, and then multiplication of children. And then again, Ashkenazi Jews who identify as Kohanim, so someone with the last name Cohen, most likely they are descendants of Aaron, and this can be confirmed chromosomally, genetically. So this Khazar thing is just another myth. And normally the ones that push it are Jew haters and often Jew wannabes, sad to say. But let's put that myth to bed once and for all. Oh, but someone wrote, people write it's nowadays you should realize everybody makes every kind of crazy claim just because someone wrote about it. The fact that it's been debunked and destroyed, so that get rid of it. You write anything, you could post anything, you could say anything, but these things have been demolished from every different angle. 866-34-TRUTH. All right, we